W.E. Du Bois argues that at a young age, a Black person will have at least two life-altering experiences. First, they become conscious that they're Black, and then realize that the Blackness is a problem. The danger with this realization is that one will look at themselves through the eyes of others, the oppressors. So here I am with the podcast, with the goal to celebrate our differences and highlight our beauty. Welcome to Consciously Black, a new and improved attitude, a way to life. I am your host, Nerolan.
I'm Jonathan Rose, professional athlete, currently in the CFL, two-time divisional all-star and also a Grey Cup champion from Birmingham, Alabama. One fun fact about me is I'm an all-around athlete and I just picked up golf and I'm amazing.
How y'all doing? My name is Abdul Kanneh and I'm a professional player for the CFL. One fun fact about me is I just like to have fun, you know. I like to have a good time. Not really a guy for bad vibes, just uplifting and keep everything positive.
So welcome to my first episode of my show, Consciously Black. Today I have with me two Ottawa Redblacks players, Jonathan and Abdul here. Thank you guys for being here with me. It means a lot. Today we'll be discussing about your Black experience in America, but as well in Canada. But before we get started, I just need to ask you guys, how are you today?
I'm good, I'm intact, I'm well.
I'm doing well, life is good.
And I know you guys are not playing this season, so what have you guys been doing to keep yourself busy?
For me, I continue to train kids on some occasions, and that's basically it, stay in shape, waiting for next season. So even though we're not in the season, I have a season this season, you get prepared for the next season and always just continue to train. So I do that. And whatever events and things you can get hope to, school speaking engagements, whatever else I can do like community-wise. So just any kind of thing we can kind of stay busy with right now.
Okay.
As for me, I'm just using this time, spend it with family, you know, catch up with things that I didn't catch up before. Usually this time we on the road, we busy, gone away for like 6 months. So just been catching up with my son, my other son, and then just my parents, just seeing what's going on at home. If anybody needs help, I try to lend my hand, but if not, try to work odd jobs here and there. So that's it.
Perfect. So 2020 was definitely a tough year with COVID, but especially for Black people all over the world. So with everything that happened to Black life, how you guys are dealing with everything?
In a sense of just grasping our mind around what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I feel like to see certain things visualized and like caught on camera, you actually gotta take it in perspective of one race being treated a certain way. I feel like that's, from an American standpoint, that's been our culture. I feel like one race dominates in the States, but sometimes to visualize it in the way the Black Lives Matter movement took place, I feel like it was a good thing for the culture. I'm glad to see the culture come together for a cause, but I don't know like as far as how much big change it's gonna make, but I feel like it changed the culture that we came together for once instead of being against each other for once. So that's one of the bright parts of it.
Yeah, for sure. Anything to add?
I mean, what's happened this year, it's been happening forever. So it's nothing new. Like coming from America, I mean, even if you look around the world in general, it's nothing new.
Exactly.
Even other than America, other parts, they just don't get the broadcasting, but it's been happening for a long time.
Exactly.
It's been happening before we was born. It's been happening, you know, it's gonna keep on happening. They're trying to change it, but it's gonna keep on happening. It's gonna put a mask on it, but at the same time, it'll be carried on in a different way.
That I agree with
You could see through movies, through art, through history. It's only taking baby steps and not big leaps like people think.
That's true. We need to figure out a way to create a more permanent change.
Yeah.
But I was happy that you brought up the Black Lives Matter movement. Could you define what the Black Lives Matter movement stands for you?
For me, I feel like for Black people, we were just taking a stand that we won't just accept anything.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we felt like we were being oppressed, and the only way we could get any kind of justice, because we did it through the law systems and nobody got charged and this and that. So I feel like rioting and protesting like back in the day was just the only statement we could get people to recognize, and which it always does. It got the media going. So I feel like it brought a lot of awareness to the situations going on, regardless of people trying to see it or not, or say they don't see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Black Lives matters everywhere, obviously. And like you said, Abdul, there seems to be little to no attention to Black countries or Black diaspora that's currently living outside of the motherland. And we saw this year how Black people were being treated in China, and also all these things that are happening in Nigeria, Ethiopia, and so on. In your opinion, is there a reason why that the Western countries and African, like Black Americans or Canadian as well, don't show as much support to them?
It just that, to me, it just has to depend where you're from. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, like for my instance, I know what's going on. My people still support their people back home, even though they're in America. My people's from West Africa, from Sierra Leone, so
Yeah.
it's not too long ago where they went through their civil war, where their own people were killing each other out there
Yeah.
with the diamonds and stuff like that. Still to this day, they still do it, and it just depends. It depends if you know your roots or not. To me, if you know where you're from, then you're gonna pay attention to other things. Like if you're an American, you don't know too much about Africa.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I wouldn't see why they would go searching for conflicts out there when they open up their door every day and there's conflict right there in front of them.
Sure.
So they just don't know. My thing is they just don't know. They're just not informed about it.
Exactly.
But now, I mean, you see now people saying the things about Nigeria, Ethiopia, and stuff like that. You know, you have more web exposure. You have IG, you have Twitter. You have more people to tweet and talk about it. And then again, there's more people coming from those areas coming over here and then still, you know, respecting their religion and respecting their roots back home and not forgetting about that. So that's what's more, I feel like that's what's more happening. It's more, like, it's more in the air now. There's more people traveling and more people aware now than before.
I totally agree with that. Social media is the #1 platform to share and to keep everyone informed. And with all the negativity that it's been shared with all those videos and pictures, it just leave us feeling strong emotion like frustration, overwhelmed, but as well helpless.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, I'm not sure if you guys do, but you guys use your social media to fight injustice or to inform your followers?
I do. I mean, just like during the movement, I made sure I was present. So I mean, and being present was like letting it be known I'm actively Black, like every day.
Yeah.
Black man, just because I'm an athlete don't mean I don't live a Black man who you would see that doesn't live an athlete's perspective life. I'm still just as equal, and he deserves just as many rights and respects as I do. So I feel like I had to make it consciously known that I feel like what's going on out here could easily happen to me any day, like this, just like the celebrities. I feel like sometimes Black celebrities get bashed for not doing enough, but there's really only so much you can really do. You really can only put so much on the line for other people, but you can always take a stand and make a statement and then do your part. But like these life-changing things they be wanting people to do just because they're celebrities, I feel like that's just putting too much on one person.
Got it. Okay, that definitely makes sense. So I'm happy that you said that as a pro athlete, but mainly a Black man, I'm sure you guys do have a lot of followers from different backgrounds, different race, but you also have you may have a lot of Black youth looking up to you. How do you let the Black youth looking to you, following you on social media, that it's not a you problem, but it's a society, it's a them problem?
I mean, as for me, like when I go home, if I coach kids and stuff like that, I always teach everybody to be equal. Like, I don't never say this or say that. I just like everybody's equal. Like everybody, like this your friend, that's your friend. This y'all all equal. Y'all all the same. I don't know what they teach y'all at home, but when you here with me, I'm gonna treat y'all all equal. Nobody's different. No one's better than nobody. I mean, talent, as that sense, yeah. You can work to get better, but as a skin color and stuff like that, I just make everybody equal. As my sons, when my son's 6 years old right now, I let him know. Like it's not sweet out there. Don't think everybody your friends is now. I like the way you grow up is gonna be how you and your friends gonna be later on in life. Exactly. So I just tell them treat people how you want to be treated. Like don't go around trying to bully nobody. Don't go around trying to do this and that. Because if it happens to you, don't come back crying. You better fight your way out of this, or for real. But if there's, and I always tell them like somebody's bullying you. If somebody's trying to be a bully to you, shut it down right then and there. No one's gonna bully you because sometimes kids don't know, but as you grow up, that's how it starts. It starts with the bullying, it starts with this, the name calling, the this or the that. And then that's when it turns into something later on once they get older and they start understanding what it is. Because kids are innocent, they don't know nothing. If you as a parent is not, putting that battery in they pack that, oh, this is happening and that's happening, they don't know nothing. Everybody's cool. Yeah. Everybody's friends. I mean, there's people that'll see that, I don't like that person, but kids are not gonna lie to you. So that's one thing I don't do to my sons or people. I don't lie, but I tell everybody, I try to make sure that they know, you're equal to everybody. Yeah. As a young black boy, you can do anything. I tell them every day, like you a king, you the superstar, you the man. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Don't worry about nothing. Just let me know if you want to do it. If I got enough money to buy it or put you in that situation, I'm gonna do it. But if not, we're gonna work towards that direction of whatever you want to do. And just,
No, that's good. It's always good to remind the black youth outside that there's a society that label us as a problem.
Yeah.
And W.E. Du Bois argues that at a young age, like a black person will have at least 2 life realization. And the first that they become conscious that they're black, and 2 realize that the blackness is a problem. And me, at age of 6, I moved here at age of 6, and I realized at age of 6 I was a problem. And because the first time I faced racism was at age of 6, when this white little boy come to me and says that looked like poop, I look like shit. Yeah. And then I remember like that affected me for a long time. And but the older I got, the more like I realized that it's not me. It's not really me a problem. It's just reflecting them and their education at home and things like that. So the other question I have for you is, how do you guys cope with stress and situation like this? How do you guys exercise self-care?
As an athlete, and I play an aggressive sport, so we just have to use the tools around us to kind of keep us calm. Because when you play an aggressive sport like football, it's like an on and off switch. You can't be as aggressive in the real world as you are on the field. So you just got to know how to switch that on and off. And we just use regular techniques. If you got a good partner is always good. Somebody to talk to, partnership. I mean, my brother right here, we talk. And that's a real stress reliever because I feel like as a man, for one, black men, we don't talk a lot. So that's kind of one of the things that kind of help us get through things, talking to another black man and talking things out instead of reacting all the time. So I'll use that, just talking to my brothers, and that's just advice. You need a person that you can go to that kind of in a similar situation or can at least understand you have empathy towards your situation. That's kind of how we work stuff out.
Okay, how about you? How do you exercise self-care?
Exercise self-care. I mean, I work out. Like I talk to my boys. I talk to people that I know, we're going through the same thing. Yeah. I don't waste my time talking to somebody that don't understand me because it's gonna make me even more angry. It's gonna make not to say angry where I want to do something to them. It's gonna make me frustrated. Yeah. Let me not use the word angry. It's gonna make me more frustrated.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it comes to like stress and stuff like that, I don't really know too much about stress. I just say what's happening. I say what's real, what's happening, and get over it. I don't keep it too much on me. Like he said, we play a real aggressive sport. So while we was playing ball, I'll just during football season, I'm knocking everything out.
Yeah.
That's what I would focus my time on. Like, okay, if I know I feel like a problem or whatever the case may be, just don't be in my way. That's it. That's what football was used for. But in times like this, I've tried to work on communicating better.
Yep.
I've tried to work on that. Cause when you playing ball, you don't got to communicate. Like if you want to go hit somebody, you go hit somebody and feel good about it. Feel good that you did that to somebody or hurt the next man. Not in the sense where you try to end his career, but doing it in the play. So, I mean, yeah, other than that, I listen to music. I listen to a lot of music. Like I feel like music
helps you?
Yeah. A lot of music helps me.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does it help you too?
Because there's, you got your different artists, you got different moods they can put you in.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of music.
So what kind of music do you guys what kind of music keep you calm?
I mean, I listen to anything. I listen to anything. Rap, R&B, some country music, if it sounds good to my ears.
It depends on my mood. It depends on whatever mood you in. You gotta catch that right vibe.
Top 40, it don't matter. I listen to everything. It don't matter.
Okay, yeah. For me this year, I was a little bit hesitant to try therapy, but I tried for the first time because with everything that was going on in media, I was just like, I can't do with this because I was still considered as an essential worker. So my presence at the office was still needed. Like while everyone was working at home, I was in the office. So after seeing all type of image and being a minority at work, being the only Black girl there, I was just frustrated all the time.
Right.
So, and I just felt that my friends were going through a lot. And then me and my friend were always talking about this, but I was just like, hey, you know what? It's just enough because I just feel that I just wanted to brag and to just vent and to just talk without being judged or anything like that. So I did therapy and, there's a whole stigma in the Black community about mental health and things like that. But that was the best decision I ever did.
But I mean, just I don't know about therapy, but most times, like I said, either I talk to my bros or I just stay silent. I don't say nothing. Like I just let time pass. Because sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes all you need is time, and that's it.
So at the beginning, I asked you guys to define what is Black for you.
Black to me is adversity. It just comes with the territory of being a Black person, and I feel like to understand that and to understand stereotypes is to be able to bask and grow in Blackness.
What is Black for me? Being Black, I mean, I'm Black, I'm African. That's all I could say. I'm African, I'm Black as it could be, so that's it.
And we all know that names are just way more than label, and they come very powerful meaning. And over the time, Black received different names, whether it was imposed by our oppressors or chosen by Black intellectuals. But the debate around the right connotation is still a major debate in America. My question for you is, how do you label yourself? Are you a Black American? Are you African American? Are you Black? Or you're just an American? And I'm gonna start with you, Abdul, because I know that you are from Africa, like your roots, you're from, where again?
I was born in London, in Britain, but my parents from Sierra Leone, my family.
Yes. So do you consider yourself as
African? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about you?
I'm just African American or Black. I feel like that's the same thing in my culture. I feel like African American is just like saying Black. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing, but Black intellectual argues that being called an African American convey a more powerful meaning that Black is unable to. That being called a Black American is pretty much washing all the roots and all the history away. But do you agree with that?
I ain't never took it that deep, to be honest with you. Like if certain people think that way, I mean, I hate that they think that way. Like I ain't on either side. Like you don't offend me calling me Black, you don't offend me calling me African American.
Okay.
Like, because I just feel like that's what I identify as. But like you saying, like some people empower or feel like African American is like whitewashing the blackness off. But I just don't see it just because I was raised in it, and I just felt like it's normalized to me. So it ain't really nothing I take offense to.
Okay. And did you ever feel the need to learn more about your roots and your culture? I shouldn't say culture, like your roots and your background, your ancestors.
So no, but like I learned the history of like blacks being enslaved and how we came to the Americas, but like to look up my family's roots, no, I didn't take it that deep. But I understand how African Americans became African Americans and how we got to the U.S. type deal. So that type of history.
And you're born and raised in America, and your parents and grandparents too as well? Okay, so you're American.
Yes.
Perfect, sounds good. And for you, Abdul, I know that you were born in England, and at age of 6, you migrate in the States, and your parents are from West Africa. I know that 6 is fairly a young age, but do you remember if when moving to America, if you had any culture shock?
I mean, yeah, from what my accent, I used to give, like, they used to make fun. My accent was real strong back then. It's gone now, it's been so long, but back then, they used to make fun of my accent in school. I was getting fights in school, whoop people just because they'll make fun of me, stuff like that, London boys, stuff like that. But as time went on, you know, even my parents at that time, they were trying to get so acclimated to America. They were trying to make us for my brothers, they were trying to make them like learn English as fast as possible. So they want to put them in ESOL, English as second language. Yeah. When they put you in there, like it's like in a whole different curriculum in the school. So my brothers had a harder time trying to, you know, get acclimated to the American culture more than me. Yeah. Because I was already in London. It was already a European country, so it was almost like the same thing. Yeah. The only thing I had to worry about was just my accent and stuff like that. But now, it's America. Yeah. It's America. They gonna tell you off rip. Ain't nobody gonna keep it. They won't let you know off rip if you from there or not, or what they think of you or stuff like that. But my parents always taught us, like, don't worry about nobody. If someone has a problem with you know, you see about it. If not, then just keep going about your day. Exactly.
So me, just like you, I moved Canada at age of 6. I'm from Haiti, and me, I'm from a country that just everyone looked like me. Everyone was just black. So coming here, that I realized I was a minority, and I could literally count how many black people that was in a hallway. Like it was just literally like a white school almost. And after the first year, and my parents migrated to Canada like when they were 38, so they come with a whole baggage, a whole culture. There's no changing them at this point. And when I moved here, my Canadian friends was always inviting me for a sleepover, for party and things like that. And after the second time, I asked my parents like 1 or 2 times, and the answer was always no. And then after that, I just realized that, hey, I was just different. I'm just immigrant, you know. We don't move the same.
Nah, it's
not the same. The next day, I just go to school. Like I lied from grade 2 to grade 6. I just lied my way out, pretty much, because I couldn't explain to my white Canadian friends that, hey, like in my culture, we don't do this. Like it's not a thing. So I became conscious in a young age of my difference. And although that the society labeled black people as a trouble or a problem, I just love being black. And my favorite memories is talking to you and to talking to my black friends about like the fact that we're just so different, and we can share those things together. And my question for you right now is, do you guys have any funny stories or experience of your early childhood that you finally realized that I'm just different? I'm different.
Your childhood was wild to me, like how your parents didn't let you go to your white friend's house, because that's weird, because I'm from Alabama where racism was high. So like black and white type of beef was just, I was born into that. Like I knew I was black and I knew white people didn't like us and I knew it was drama at an early age. Like you said, you was wise on it. Like it was just what it was. And there was a little white boy and his daddy looked at me funny. I go stand by my daddy. It was a natural thing. I don't know how to explain it to people, but like I said, so growing up though, I got into sports. This is a time where racial tensions are still high, but now schools are like desegregated and all that. So now I'm going to school with white guys, and like one of my best friends became a white guy, and I was over that dude's house all the time. And it's crazy because you said your folks didn't want you to, and where I come from, I feel like racial tension is so high, I feel like we would be like that more, but we were.
So to explain that, it's just that my best friend too were white.
Yeah.
Like I had a white best friend growing up because there was almost no black people in my school.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the sleepover part, me sleeping over to another person's house, red or color, it was just no.
Oh, so black or white, you couldn't
Black
sleep
or white,
over.
because I mean, like most of my friends were white, so the people inviting me was white. But my parents was just like, my parents is the type of person that need to know your parents.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how my parents were.
That's how my parents were. But that's what I feel like we were more advanced than your parents were. Like your parents didn't get to know them, so you missed out on the opportunity to bond with your friend because your parents were like, oh no, we just don't even do that. That ain't
we
with
just
us.
don't do that.
And where I'm from, I feel like we would be like that, but some people would give a chance. I feel like, I don't know, if it's in your culture, you kind of get it.
Yeah, and Haitian culture is just, they sleep over, but with your cousin.
Yeah, that's how, I didn't sleep over with nobody at the crib like that neither. Like, we play, we'll play outside.
That's it.
After that,
about 13.
Go sleep at who? You ain't sleeping at no Peter house. I don't know what Peter do over there.
About 13.
That's how my mom was.
That's real though. That's how my people was from an early age. Like I couldn't stay at people's house from like 13. I think that's when it got different. But I don't know how it worked out.
Yeah, once I started playing sports, then it was different. Like so, cause my parents worked all the time. So if I'm gonna play, I gotta go spend the night at my coach's house with his kids, or I'm not playing, or they can't come pick me up or stuff like that. So that's when stuff like that started changing. Or I go chill at my cousin's house for the weekend. Other than that, but that would be like that wouldn't be like an every weekend thing. That would be like once every 2 months, or once every 3 months and stuff like that. But I mean, I grew up the same way you did, so it was the same way. Like I'll ask,
they be like,
why you asking me stuff that you already
boy,
know
go
the
sit
answer
down.
to?
Okay, my fault.
Shut up, you're not going nowhere. Now you're not going nowhere.
Exactly, like what? Like I just stopped asking my parents. Like they asked me the question at school, I'm like, okay,
But see, I wasn't even the type of kid. I don't even spend like, no, we don't do that. You can't get over here before the street lights go up. You ain't supposed to be over here. Pimp.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's exactly it. So, can you describe the first time you experienced a negative experience of racism or racial profile? Like at a young age.
So when we moved to America, it was definitely different. You know, you got your American kids, and then you got the African kids. So even the American, like all the American kids would make, like they'll try to make fun of us and stuff like that. They're like, oh, the African booty scratcher, make like shit, like funny ass jokes like that. But at the same time, like our family wasn't one to play with. It was like me, 3 of my brothers, 4 of my cousins. We was deep. So you make fun of me or you make fun of one of them, you about to get beat up by 5, 10 boys.
Jump on you.
Then my sisters and my girl cousins.
Yeah.
So we was deep. So after a while, like, you get your jokes. I mean, that's like the most you could be, or or other times, you go somewhere, or white people look at you funny, and I just look back at them funny, like, what you looking at?
Like, what's up?
But other than that, I mean, it happens young. Young. I just can't tell you the exact age, but between 6, 7, 8, 9, that's when I came. So between them years.
Sure.
So.
How about you?
And that's how I say I know I grew up different from all y'all. Just Alabama, like I told you, I grew up in black jokes from white people. I was like, boy, I will fold you out here playing with me like that.
Yeah, I mean, even in London, it's the same thing. Like you go out there, it's still racial profiling out there.
For sure.
Ain't no different. It was the same thing when I was there. Like you playing outside the flats. I'm not playing with no white boys out there. My mom tell you, no, you're not playing with them.
Oh yeah, that shit.
Or go find you playing with your kind in the park or stuff like that. Even when you go to school. You go to like the Catholic school. I used to go to Catholic school out there, so you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, would you change anything on the way you were raised? Would you like do anything different? Because I know you have two boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. And you said that the way that your parents raised you, would you raise them the same? Do you feel that, or you would do like you'd be a little bit more?
I love the way my parents raised me. I don't have no problems with how they raised me. You get in trouble, you getting whooped. You do this, you know. It was real strict, but at the same time, you know, we got to be kids and do what we wanted to do. I mean, they worked a lot too, so we had a lot of free time too. But I wouldn't. The only thing I just spend. You know, just my parents worked a lot. So with me, I'm gonna just try to spend more time, try to work now while they're young, so later when they're growing up, you know, I could be more time with them. Yeah. But other than that, no, I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay. What about you?
I think I'm gonna keep my same roots. I feel like I was raised pretty good. Wasn't exposed to too much too early, but I was exposed to enough to make a good understanding and have common sense. I feel like some kids get so sheltered that they don't have common sense when they step out here, and then somebody that's just a little bit more wise than they are take advantage of them, or they get caught in the way. So I just feel like some of the experiences you gotta let your kids go through. Like him raising little boys and they fall, I'm not the pops to pick you up every time you fall. You're gonna learn to get up. That's just small details. So I just, on that type of raising my kids, I'm gonna do that the right way, and then just hopefully I can get them to understand that they Black and be conscious that this world is just different and you gotta move differently out here in this world.
Okay, no, totally get that. Same for me, that I joke all the time, me and my friends, the fact that I never do sleepover and things like that, but when I got to an age I was able to do it, I didn't feel like I missed anything, to be honest. I was just like, I add my own type of fun. I don't feel like I missed anything out of my childhood. Yes, I'll most likely raise my kids differently because since age of 6 here, I've been 18 years in Canada, so I'm Canadian. Yeah. So I will have a better understanding and understand that, hey, you know, here and there I will let my kids like sleep over. But in the Canadian culture, I feel that usually kids do sleep. Every single kid, every birthday is a sleepover.
I mean, even now, like my son, but he doesn't have like he's not like random friends. All his friends is his family anyway. Yeah. So that's like, if you have a party right now, 6-year-old, 7-year-old party, it's gonna be him and my brother's kids that come over, which is, it's still family. So we haven't got to the point yet where, John's kid can come over, Sally's kid. Now, I'm not even with that, because I don't even want to be in charge of somebody's kid right now. Like, I don't want to be. I don't know how you raise your kid. I don't know how you talk to your kid at home. I don't know if your kid gonna come over here and do something that, you know, we don't stand for. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not gonna hit your kid, but I discipline your kid. Your kid starts acting crazy, or say I did this or did that. So now
perspective is the law.
Yeah. So my kids they sleep over with their family and stuff like that. Same. Anything other than that, I tell the people no. If someone else comes like, oh, we want Giovanni to spend the night, I'm like, nah, hell no. I don't know you like that.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly the way I was raised, and personally, I just feel that, listen, that's a fear, and I feel like Black parents at a young, like, they have this fear and they're strict with us because they know what the society is about, right?
No, that's true. They do know. I mean, and they're right. They know. Anything can happen. Your kid can be mistaken for anything, and then you don't know if the family they're with is going to defend your kid the same way you would defend them. Exactly. That's what the thing is. The trust has to be there, and even with family members, there's still sometimes they're like, nah. Yeah. I'm not about to let you go over there right now. Nah. They live a different way or whatever. Even though they live a different way or whatever the case may be, but. Now, Black parents are supposed to be like that. You're supposed to. Like, if you're not, then something's wrong. No. In my eyes, if you're not overprotective of your kids, I mean, that's your pride and joy right there. You're supposed to be. So.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with that. And so now let's just talk about the fact that you guys are mature, you guys like have a lot of life experience and things like that, and now you grew up a certain type of way, and now you live in Ottawa. You live in Ottawa, you live in Canada, it's a whole nother country. So now you have you that from West Africa, from England, American, and then now as well, you're now Canadian. How do you manage all this different culture and baggage? It makes sense.
For me, it's just life. Like, it's like a movie. I'm starring in it, of course, but I'm just going, you're going through different lifestyles, different chapters of your life. Basically, that's what it is, like a book. You're just going through different chapters. You live in one area, you live in a different area, you live in a different area. Whenever you go to that area, you're always familiar, you're comfortable, you don't got to worry about nothing. And there's other places you go, you learn new things.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've been, I've learned something new. So it's a blessing. I'm happy I haven't been stuck in one area. Like in my life, there's so many people where I'm from in Virginia that only know
Virginia.
They only know the county. They ain't even been to DC, and DC's 10 minutes, 15 minutes away. They haven't been to Maryland, same 10, 15 minutes away. So I'm glad I'm like Mr. International. I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
I've been to Spain. I've been to Portugal. I've been Morocco.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere. So for me, it's just, I get to put another stamp on my passport, get to learn about another culture, and then when my son understands, I could translate to him, like, this is what goes on in this part of the world. Yeah. I could teach him too. So now he's just not stuck in a box or stuck in this, or just thinks that everything happens in America or everything just happens in this state or that. Like, no, like Pop's been everywhere. Like, you can go everywhere. No. He's traveled already as a young boy already. So.
Yeah, me too. Me, the only difference is at a young age, my dad used to send us to the States because Haitians just love America, but they just love New York. New York, Boston, that's their states, right? And my brother only speak English. My older brother only speak English because my parents wanted us to move here. So every time we were traveling, I was already exposed to this American life. But the more we move here, every time we travel, now we started traveling. I travel a lot with my dad. I went to Italy, France, Spain too as well. And then with my friends, I started to do a little bit about America. Florida, I went to Vegas, Miami, and down to the South. And then, like exactly what you said, like I feel like traveling just it brings so much knowledge.
Yeah.
If I can use the word, it's knowledge that traveling brings you, because in Ottawa, let's say, since I moved here, I've been in Ottawa. I don't know other city other than Ottawa because I was raised here. And the moment I started traveling, I just understand why certain cultures, certain people act certain type of way. I just became very conscious, not only of me, but also of them.
Yeah.
And that was the way that for me, I had to treat them. But for you, did you have the same experience as Abdul to travel at a young age, or even now that you're older, did you have the same experience?
No, I didn't grow up like traveling. So like I traveled through the states. I've been to not all the states in the United States, but I've been to a few, got family in a few, but to go like international, no, like Canada was the farthest move. And then, like you said, it was just being cultural, just seeing how people move in another country besides my own, and seeing how I'm respected and looked at in another country. So that's been the whole experience up here. Like I said, I've been in Ottawa for 5 years, and it's just, I got a different representation of what white people are. So like, I see white people in the States not the same as the white people I see in Canada. So there's a different type of white out here too. So you just got to, like you said, get diverse, get cultured with other people. And that's really my experience. But I don't even like have the thrill. Like, I feel like y'all seek to travel. I don't really seek to travel to places like that. I would like to see some, but like I don't have the thrill. It's not like a bucket list thing for me. I don't even, like if I don't do it, I wouldn't feel any other way. If I do it, it's cool, you feel me?
And when you say that there's a different type of white from Canada to the States.
Yeah.
Can you explain what was, since you've been in Canada, what was your experience in Canada compared to America?
I just feel like Canadians rooted different. So like you say, like the American part of African American washes the African part out early, like we talk. So I just feel like being an American, they grew up in a certain system. Being in Canada, y'all grew up a certain way, y'all laws were different. So I feel like y'all more compassionate and understanding up here. And like crimes go on everywhere. But like the States, growing up in it and seeing it now, it's like vicious. Like we don't really care for real about each other. But like even up here, black on black don't go on like black on black go on in the States. Like just in my state by itself, we done took out a lot of them. So just to talk about the whole South, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and put all us into it, that's a big body bag. And up here, it's still some black on black go on, but it's just not as present. That's why y'all don't have Black Lives Matter movements and stuff. So I just feel like up here, it's a different respect from man to man, no matter he black, white, Haitian, whatever it is. But in the States, it's black and white, and we gonna die about it because one of us gotta be here. Y'all don't care about that. And it goes with the culture, the free healthcare. People, y'all don't care about taxes and all that going up. At least we all winning in something in the States. You got people debating, well, I want free healthcare, but we don't because we got money. If you ain't got money, you better find some money. We good.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But up here, y'all find ways to deal. In the States, either I'm gonna live or you gonna live, and that's, if I live, my way gonna be right. It's crazy.
And do you feel that there's less racism in Canada?
No, I never said less, but it's not as high as in the States. Like my threat level up here is on a 3. My threat level in the States is 15, and it's a 10. You only go as high as 10. So I'm on 15, and you can only go as high as 10. My threat level up here, yeah, I can probably get in the same amount of trouble, but like I told you, my threat level just ain't that high. If you get me out here, you got me. In the States, ain't no way you caught me slacking in the States. No, sir. But up here, you might have caught me slacking up here. And people say that's crazy because I hear people up here talk Toronto's and places like, bro, you can get smoked anywhere. I'm gonna try my chances outside of Birmingham.
Yeah.
And I'll let y'all have me. If y'all get me, God bless you. Because it's people and gangsters and thugs everywhere. But I'm telling y'all, like we talking about now, I grew up so different that I understand some people up here grew up crazy. But when crazy and crazy meet, y'all not living like the States. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's really that's why people living in Canada not living in the States. You'll go there and party your ass off, but you coming back to Canada. So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want to live that life. It sounds good, but nobody really want to live that. So I felt like I just grew up a little different.
Like, the fun fact is, young age, my dad used to always send us, my mom and my dad to New York, spend vacation. And then when it was time to move and him shopping where he's moving, he knew it was either Canada or the States, but he just didn't know where yet. And then for him, he looked at my brother. I remember he was just like, choosing Canada was the best decision I ever made because I had a son. And then for my dad that lived in Haiti, we're coming from a poor country. So for someone coming from a poor country looking to America, and it's just like, listen, I can send my kids there, but I can't raise my son there because most of my family was in New York, in Brooklyn. And my family just didn't like the situation of the Black people in the neighborhood, in that community. So therefore, he decided to move in Canada. Even when moving Canada, he started shopping around. It's like, okay, my family speak French. I have a son that speaks English because he doesn't speak French anymore. Then I can't even go to Montreal because even his friend that was living in Montreal, they were living in Montreal North, and North of Montreal is mostly Haitian that lives there. And there's a bad reputation. I remember my dad, he stayed for a couple months, and then he just didn't like the way that they were living. He kind of felt that they were going backward, living Haiti, and then now you're in Canada, and you kind of doing certain things that for him doesn't sit well in his spirit. And then he decided to move in Ottawa, and since then I've been in Ottawa since then. So Abdul, you do have a lot of experience of traveling and things like that. And I guess your latest move is to move in Canada. And how's your experience compared to the States?
Canada's cool. It's cool in a sense. I mean, they still have their problems, but Canada's cool.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't. For me, it's too conservative out here.
Okay.
So I like American lifestyle better than Canadian lifestyle. It's like everybody up here just follows every single rule.
It is.
No matter what. Even something something as simple as making a right turn. Like Canadians will stay, like they don't even go check what's happening in the front. They'll just stay in the back of the line while the next line is ready to, like, it's wide open for you to go where you need to go and turn later. So it's fine, but for me it's just too conservative for me. Like there's certain laws up here that, you know, America got me it's just different.
Yeah.
Up here you can't really, if you need to protect your family, you can't protect your family. You can't, I don't know, I heard you can't have guns and stuff, like certain things you can't have. In America, I could make myself an army and be fine. I know no one's not gonna
Walk around with a 38.
No one's gonna touch me. Just that simple. There's that simple thing. You can't really. I don't know. I don't know too much, but as what I've heard and what I've seen, you can't really live like that up here.
But in your opinion, would you not think that living in Canada and having all this law to help, if I can use the word, protect more the people, that would be the best place to raise a kid? I
mean, yeah, but at the same time, then like everybody around is like real conservative, like real, you know, not aggressive. In America, like that's what's different about America and Canada. Like America is like a go get it mentality, and here it's like Europe. If you don't want to go get it, we'll give it to you. Like, if you don't want to work, we'll give you money. We'll give you aid. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. Where America is more of like, get up, like learn how to work. Even though here you could do that, but there's still, you have, like, if you don't want to, you have aid.
Yeah.
In America, if you don't want to work, you're gonna be homeless. You're gonna be poor. There's nobody gonna aid you for nothing. So you have to get that mentality of I'm gonna grind. And after I make my money or make my this, then I enjoy I enjoy my fruits. Or if you get paid enough to do that while you're working, then you get that. But for me, that's just what it is. My parents are two very hardworking people.
Yeah.
So I've always seen that my whole life. Like, you gotta work hard to get what you want. Nothing's given to you, nothing's free, no handouts. Don't go begging for nothing. You know, just work hard, work hard, work hard. That's the African mentality. That's anybody come from a third world country, that's your parent, that's gonna be your mentality. So my mom lived in London, she liked it too, but even now, I'll tell her, you don't need to work. She's like, nah, I can't stay in the house.
Yeah,
I just can't stay in the house. I need to be active. I need to be moving. So
exactly.
That's just me. I need to live an active lifestyle. We don't take too far to like being lazy and stuff like that. And, you know, even like I was saying, even now, like even during the COVID, like, you know, you get your EI checks up here. Like, that's new to me. That was new to me. I'm like, man, so I don't have to work and they still gonna pay me money?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But now I'm in the house, I'm like, nah, I'm not a house guy. If we was in a different type of show, I'll say a different type of way. I'm in the field. I need to be in the field every day, every single day. I need to be in the field. I need to be outside. I need to feel that work, you know, that ethic, that grind. I need to feel that. I'm not a dude that just likes to sit back and just, you know, out maybe tomorrow or maybe no. I need to go get it today.
Exactly.
I need to do it now. I'm that kind of guy. So
I understand. I totally get that. Like,
so that's just me. Like I feel like you could do it here, but the same, like I said, there's a lot of aid and a lot of help.
Like for me, every time that I get to know Americans, I feel like Americans is always on the go.
Yeah, we're on the go.
What's happening tonight? What you want? Like there's always like, what's the movement, you know?
Right.
Like if you ain't consciously trying to be active right now, what we doing? That's how we go.
And me, I'm just like, nothing. I'm just going home, right? Like home is the place to be.
Right.
So the next question I have is, Jay, I know you since 5 years you've been playing for the Ottawa Redblacks, and is Ottawa Redblacks home? Are you looking to find a different team? to play for different teams, sorry.
That ain't even like up to me type deal. It's just depending on like if they give me a good contract, I'll stay. If they don't, then I go play somewhere else. But I am kind of tied to the city with my couple years here, so I feel comfortable here. But like I said, that kind of decision don't come down to like whether I like a city or not.
Okay. And how about you, Abdul? I know that I think your first time playing was with Redblacks 2014, and since then you pretty much play for different teams in Canada. Can you explain what is like your experience from the city?
Ottawa, like I said, Ottawa is more like it's a government town.
Yeah.
So you know, you have your people, you have everybody that works, you have your nightlife. Everybody go to work during the day, and then at night, you know, they party or whatever the case may do. They might do. And when it comes to football, the city of Ottawa is very tight knit. It feels more like a family.
Yeah.
Compared to, I played in Toronto last 2 years. Toronto's like land of the stars. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the CFL, Toronto's nothing. Like, cause you gotta compete with the NBA, the Raptors. You gotta compete with the Maple Leafs, and you gotta compete with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you gotta compete with all the stars that's in Toronto. So if you play on a football team, I mean, some people that know the sport know you, but other than that, you're just a regular person living in Toronto, which is just city life.
Okay.
For anybody that's lived in the city, just city life, everything. Things stay open till 4 in the morning. You can get anything takeout 24/7. So anything you want is at your hand. At the app, you can get it. And it's like, you walk outside and it's right there. So you don't have to worry about that. I played in Hamilton. Hamilton's more of a blue collar type of city where everybody, you know, they work in a factory, facility, something like that. You know, it's more like a home type of city. Downtown area is not that big. The nightlife is not big, so it's more like everything workforce. There's a football game, the whole city comes to the game. We still have a lot of support out there too, just because it's that type of environment. Everybody works, so everybody knows what everybody's going through.
Okay.
So that's why everybody, you know, respects each other in senses like that.
Okay.
So
do you guys have like a professional card that you guys can flash for a certain treatment or to get out of trouble? Like if, let's say, a cop pull you over, they see your face, they're like, okay, what's up, go on. Like, is there
You would hope so. You would hope your celebrity gets you there.
It depends. Like in Toronto, no. Toronto, they don't care. Ottawa, yeah, you could. Depending what team you was on. You on the Grey Cup team or this and that. Most people in Ottawa who work in Ottawa know about the football team, so they know who you are. They can act like they don't know who you are, but
you know,
9 times out of 10, they know exactly who you are. They just act like they don't know until you say, I'm this or that person.
Even to go to a higher sense, how many traffic tickets you think LeBron James get anywhere?
0.
Yeah. So it just depends on what level of status you make it to.
Yeah.
So when you guys travel back home, America, are you guys regular people or you guys still have the professional card?
You always a professional everywhere.
Yeah, it depends on your city and your fan base and, you know, who knows you and who doesn't know you. Okay. Like if I'm traveling from here through a whole bunch of the airport, you're not gonna know me. I'm a regular guy. You might look at me and be like, nah, he look like he do something different or whatever the case may be. He might not be regular, but nah, that guy looks like something but it's not like somebody's gonna run up to me like Michael Jordan or something like, hey, let me get your autograph and stuff like that. There's times it's happened down here, but anytime if it does happen to me, I'm kind of like, why you got? I'm a regular person. I tell them I'm a regular person. You don't got to ask me for my autograph.
Exactly.
I'm regular. So in the States, like I said, I don't know about J Rose, but from where I'm from, like, it depends. People know you, then they know what you do, they know what you're about, and it is what it is. And then if they don't know, then they don't know. To me, it's not a big deal.
So how about you, Jay?
I just feel like he still get recognized as a professional. Like you can still, it's like I said, it's the levels of like how well your name out there. You can Google them. I bet you can Google them and figure it out. But you like face card sometimes ain't that deep. If you're in Canada, face card good. Where people resonate around you, you're seeing more, it makes more sense. So like I said, to that level and extent, like when I go back to Alabama, everybody know me because I grew up there and I did it through there. So I might go to Georgia and some people might know in Georgia or some people might know on this side of the country, that side of the country. But like I said, it's just up to where you at.
And in Canada, to go back to the question, my previous question about being racial profile, did you guys ever had this experience in Canada that there was, you guys were either stopped by a police or you guys either weren't unable to go inside of a club and things like
clubs different, because those ain't like your regular Canadian people. Like some of them clubs ran by people of all different races with different mindsets. But with the police, with me out here, I hadn't had any troubles. Got pulled over for like traffic violation. I think I ran a red light one time and made an illegal turn one time, and I didn't get a ticket for neither one of those. So I appreciate whoever looked out for me on that.
I mean, me, anywhere I go, I look like a thug.
Yeah.
I get racial profile regardless. I be the one, like, what the hell you think? What you think I am? Like, nah, I'm chilling. So, I mean, there's times it's happened everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So, even I got a $3,200, $2,800 condo in Toronto. Every time I go there, the doorman not trying to open the door. Like, where's your $5? What you mean, where's my $5? I live here.
I'm here every day.
I'm here every day. You see me every morning.
Yeah.
But I still, like, you still gotta go through like certain things like that. You know, they think you don't belong.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They think you don't belong there, or you gotta worry about people trying to shut the door quick behind you, or you get in the elevator with people trying to press the button quick because they don't want you to come on the elevator.
That's
I mean,
the part.
I feel them. Like, me, I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like, you come on the elevator or not.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't think you're gonna ride me at all. But it's, especially when I first got to Otto, because we didn't have nowhere to stay. So we stayed at the extended stay down on Cooper Street.
Mobbing through the streets.
So every time you come in, like even the front desk, sometimes they be like, do you stay here? Like, you think I'm just walking into your hotel for some reason? But they would say, oh, the reason is because, oh no, you look like a pimp, or you fit a certain criteria. And I'm like, y'all still have pimps out here? People pimping? But
pimping ain't
but other than that, it's natural, you know. It's like you say, you where you work at. I guess people, they're unsure.
They're just unsure.
They're unsure in their mind. I know what it is, but to them, they're unsure.
That's the part of blackness I don't like to this day. That we always feel uncomfortable because people uncomfortable around us. That's what I, like being black, when we first started this thing, that's what I was saying about being black mean to me. Okay. I feel like I make people uncomfortable just being tall, black, and handsome like that. You feel me? Like, they just get dumb uncomfortable, and but I feel like it's a black person thing because you don't get it. Like Abdul said, he'll be the only one on the elevator sometime, and white people wait for the next elevator to go up. What I'm gonna do here by myself, y'all, that y'all can't go up to y'all floor. But that's like the blackness effect, because I feel like you don't get it and it don't look the same coming from other people. A white person not getting on the elevator, the white person, they don't look at it. Well, he didn't even want to get on here. I guess he missed it. But with us, it just feel a certain way.
Exactly.
Because they got time and they do it in the most awkward moments. You hold the door for them and they still sit there. I'm gonna catch that next one though. So it's like, even when we try to do good, just like holding the door open. I done held the door open for some white people and they stand there. I was like, bro, I'm holding it for you to go through. Oh no, you got it first. Well, that defeated the purpose of doing something nice. Like, but they want us to resonate somehow, but I can't help you not be uncomfortable.
Exactly. But so on that topic, did the fact that this part of blackness that you're referring that makes you uncomfortable, does that affect the way that you talk and dress, or you just like?
Nah,
I am who I am.
I'm me. You gonna like me for who I am. If not, it is what it is. I don't see no different. If you treat me a certain type of way, then we have a problem.
I promise.
If you don't like me and you don't show it or anything like that, I'm not gonna come towards you trying to figure out or anything like that. You feel me? So I live my life how I want to live my life. I don't try to appease no type of race, no culture, nobody, no person. No. I am me. I'm gonna be
and that's
me
what I was
every day.
Back on.
Every day, every night, 365 days until I die. I'm not worried about impressing you. I'm not worried about impressing J. Rose. I ain't worried about impressing the people on the camera. They gonna like me. They gonna like me. If not.
And that's how I feel
Then that's
about
what it is.
coming to Canada and having an accent, being from the South. That's the first thing since I've been here. I don't get a good 2 words out for people get to smiling and acting funny, just because they don't see people with an accent like that up here. So, but where I'm from, that was almost like y'all was almost bullying, hazing. Like my accent used to be so strong where I'm from that people was like, damn, boy, you country is a mug. Like it wasn't always a good thing.
I love
up
your
here,
accent, by the
it
way.
was so exciting. Like people smiled from ear to ear up here to talk to them. Sometimes I can't get people to take the conversation serious because they just can't believe somebody really talk like this. But like I said, like different cultures make you understand things and different gifts different. Like up here, like you probably feel like you don't got an accent, but to us, you got an accent.
Yeah, oh no, I definitely don't have an accent.
Yeah.
I 100%, because French is my first language. So I can hear my accent when speaking English.
Mm-hmm.
But I also speak a third language, Creole.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this bad habit that with my friends that also Haitian, we speak all the 3 languages. So in a conversation, I feel comfortable. So it's French, English, Creole,
Yeah.
and we all laugh. And then when it gets to a situation that Asians, I have to mingle with and talk and have like a conversation just in English, I become conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I say things, and after I'm done saying things, I'm like, oh no, wait.
And you start to listen.
Like,
You listening to yourself
Yeah.
speak.
I'm like, no, that's not the right verb. I was talking about the past now it's future.
That's one thing I love up here till this day when people who like native first tongue ain't English and they say stuff backwards. They use like and b and stuff backwards. That's the funniest stuff ever. I'm like, where you going? Because you just told me you were going there, but you were talking about there.
But that's my experience, and you know what? Like until now, I try my best to only do my study in English.
Mm-hmm.
And now I work in Quebec, which now I just need to practice more my French because mostly people speak French, and I'm frustrated most of the time now just because I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be more comfortable with my accent because until now, 18 years now, and I'm still not comfortable. And now I need to work in a French environment. I'm just like, come on now. But before the last topic I wanted to touch today is about the subculture that exists in America. And there is some people that are under the impression that there is the subculture, the rap and hip hop in America is holding black people back. And by that is they think that going to school is not cool enough and things like that. And do you guys agree that there is a culture that's holding?
Nah, there's no. Nah, I don't see that.
Because what you're saying is like the culture of like rappers and all that, that's teaching kids the wrong thing and they not taking like school and everything else seriously, right?
Yeah, like
No, I don't. What you saying? I don't see that because most of the people who know, like, people who know they rappers know that they rappers went to school. Most of them went to school. All the stuff they rap about is fake.
Everything.
Like, most of them dudes got high school diplomas, this and that, got degrees, but they won't. The thing is, this is what if they sign to labels, what the labels want them to say.
Okay.
But if you really listen to that artist or, you follow them deep, you'll know that they trying to put out a positive image, but this is what sells right now.
Okay, yeah.
So rapping about the killing, the violence, and this and that, this is what sells, but they'll double back and tell you, nah, we don't want you to do that, honestly. Once you go to school, be smart, collect your money, do this and that. So I don't feel like the subculture is doing that. It's just it's to the individual how they take it.
Okay.
Some people take songs to the max. Some people take movies or books and words to the max. And some people can see like, no, this is just a metaphor. This is just a this or that. And I really know what I gotta get to, or I really know where I gotta grind. The people who's uneducated are the ones who, follow that route that way. Like, oh, nah, I'm just gonna do this and do that. Even the drug dealer will tell you, you don't want to be out here selling drugs. It's not cool like that unless you bought that life.
But why do you feel that those kids that end up being drug dealers and choosing that path chose that path?
Selling out.
Either that, they had no guidance growing up.
I call it selling out. I had a choice. I could have either hit the streets, or I could have chosen been an athlete and stay on the path I was on, and that's what I did.
Sorry, so in America, so Black youth, mostly men, those are the two choices they have?
It kind of...
It was the top three, yeah. Either you gonna play sports, you gonna, you know, go to school, be business, you know, work, or you in the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
You might have
the third option is just a regular day job,
Yeah.
McDonald's,
You might-
Lowe's,
Yeah,
whatever you want to do.
You might. There's some athletes who's playing ball that's in the streets,
Yeah.
and they got to figure it out too. What
Okay.
am I going to do once it gets to a certain after high school? You can't be in the streets and be in college. It don't work.
Okay.
You got to play sports and go to college, or you're not going to play sports no more and just be in the streets and work,
It make you pick a lane.
or you're going to be in the streets. Or so, you know, you got options, but that's basically what it is.
Okay.
Same thing like most other people, other races, like either your parents are gonna take care of you. Black people, we don't really have that.
So after high school, you gotta figure it out. Job,
yeah, you don't have that.
school,
You don't have that.
streets.
You know that what you looking for your parents to. Most Black kids, you're not coming from a family that's well off, or you know got deeds and got money that's been. You trying to work to make your family become that.
Okay.
So, your parents not gonna leave you a trust fund or a will or this or that, like other races. So that's things that we.
And if you are fortunate enough, you should
Yeah.
be grateful in those situations. Make sure you take advantage of those situations. Because I know some Black kids that grew up like me with trust funds and stuff like that. Their parents would just happen to do well in life. You feel me? They grossed off that. But if you don't, you got to understand that you got to work a little bit harder and you work a little bit differently. But it ain't nobody's fault that it's like that. It ain't your folks' fault. It's just some people more fortunate and some people get a better start than others. But any situation can be a millionaire. You can be a millionaire in any upbringing. You just got to make sure you manifest the stuff that you want.
Okay. Well, this is all my question for today, and I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here with me. It was a great conversation, and I hope that anyone that views this video get a chance to get to know you guys a little bit better. That you guys are way more than just professional athlete, but you guys are mainly first and foremost a Black man. So I want to say thank you, and
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all love.
Appreciate you.
100%.
Hopefully, your show, you have more success and stuff like that.
I hope so too.
Bless.